Yeah.
You don't drink a cup of
Oh
coffee,
my,
like,
heard.
before you come
I think I
into
saw
your visit.
something of
But
this.
go ahead and drink your cup of
It's
coffee.
laying eggs
Don't
on your
binge,
tongue.
you know,
Huh? I don't know actually.
You can take it. You could also just drink, switch over to decaf. I personally I like the taste of coffee, so that hasn't been a difficult thing for me. But then in terms of actually how caffeine affects the optic nerve and ganglion cell loss,
How I
that's
get it
been
out?
in the laboratory in an
Yank
animal
it?
model of glaucoma. And in this study, they hypothesized
See if you
that
can
because
break it
caffeine
in half.
inhibit retinal neuroinflammation, that it actually might be a nerve protective.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't know what to do. You break it in half with your fingers. Break it in half. I don't know if I can. Let me wash my hands, okay?
Hold
on. I went over Burger King, I didn't wash it.
You know, spiked with caffeine. And the animals that had were allowed to freely drink the caffeinated water actually showed some benefit.
Like on a scale of 1 through 10.
Like a 5.
So that suggests that potentially it could have some benefit.
I think it's
from an
stuck.
eye pressure perspective, but also from an optic nerve ganglion cell loss perspective.
I don't know if somebody's energy drinks this younger generation seems to be drinking that.
Does it hurt to move your tongue, or does it?
I'm trying to pull it off, but I can't.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't expect to see your older
Oh, your tongue is
population
bleeding.
drinking
Drinking too
those,
much Red Bull,
but I guess
could be, you
yeah.
know, and that's a very good question. I don't actually know what the.
Yeah, I gotta
amount of
see. I don't know.
caffeine, I mean, we could easily see, but if they are.
Do you want me to just yank it?
No.
Say 8 ounces.
It's not an oyster, it's the shell.
I know. Break the shell. Here.
I can't break it.
is there anything else in terms of
I gotta rip it off real quick.
I think the question of sleep position
Where's the
has
scissors?
been asked.
No, scissors
previously
are
as
not gonna
well.
work. It's gonna put pressure
But
against
there's
You
it.
can
some
cut a
data,
cell.
Looking in more detail at this question.
No, it'll probably in here
in
somewhere.
treated glaucoma patients. You know, a lot of studies previously were looking at
cut your tongue off,
healthy individuals, or you know, there's a long history of sleep position and eye pressure studies. I think what's interesting is that one of the interesting studies that I highlighted was
Do you have those little trimming
head of
scissors?
the bed elevation.
I don't know where they are.
Putting, you know, elevating the head using 3 pillows. So in both cases, the head is elevated the same amount, but in the head of the bed elevation, you can imagine that the neck is not flexed, whereas when you're using 3 pillows to elevate the head, the neck is in a different position. So these authors wanted to know whether or not, these researchers wanted to know whether or not that made a difference. So we knew that lying flat, your eye pressure increases. So in their study, it increased about 2 millimeters of mercury if you lie flat as compared to sitting. But if you lay with a 30-degree head of the bed
How the hell?
elevation, that actually lowered the pressure by 2
You
millimeters.
can't just cut it. You can't
Whereas
just
if you have the pillows
break
up,
it with your
that
fingers.
increased your pressure by 2 millimeters of mercury, just as if you were lying flat. So I don't know how practical this is and how we can apply it to patients, because unless you have like one of those fancy, you know, posturepedic beds, or maybe you're in the hospital and you can raise your the head of the bed.
Just snap it with your fingers.
That's actually a difficult recommendation to make. I think it was interesting with the pillows, and the authors hypothesized that because the neck is flexed, that can compress your neck veins and actually increase
Stop moving your tongue.
pressure, thereby leading to increased eye pressure. So I think the jury
I'm sorry.
as to what sleep position is best. There's a lot of controversy in terms of a lot of patients don't sleep on their back; they sleep on their side. And there is I think a fair amount of controversy as to which.
Do you want me to just yank it? No, I didn't break it. I can't break
whether or
it.
not the worse eye or the eye closest to the pillow, should you recommend to patients that, you know, if they have glaucoma is often asymmetric, so should you recommend that they
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
or the other? And I think that question is still.
I think it's just stuck on one, like, you know, those little, what are they called? Taste bud?
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yank it.
Are you sure? Are you positive?
Uh-huh.
Are you 100% positive? Do you want me to count down? Or do you just want me to do it?
Get it?
Yeah.
Which is a fancy way of saying nerve pain.
I don't even see anything.
So I'll start by telling you about a case.
Oh, these oysters really.
Isn't my
yes.
taste bud on there?
There's
I'm just
a
kidding.
41-year-old woman who was referred to the
How did it get
clinic
stuck?
about
I think there's, no, that's just part of the show.
6 or 7 years ago.
I don't know.
Here,
She'd
take
come
your
up to
phone.
Stanford to see the neurology service.